Great, happy Monday everybody. Welcome to our new training partners. This is what we do. We have a little sip of coffee, we warm up, and we get to our workout. So far so good, right? I'm staying on the floor today with you guys. If you have a bench, you're welcome to use the bench, okay? Most people do not have a bench. Going one step further, if you have an adjustable bench and it goes to a decline, this first exercise set can be done on a decline. So you're going to put your bench down a notch, okay? Now be aware, getting in and out of a decline bench with weights is more difficult, okay? You have to take more care. So go through that whole process, right, of centering your weight, rolling back, taking it up to a center position, and then beginning your movement. All right, and I'm going to give lots of modifications today. I don't think we're going to need that many. Like I said in the post, this is a real basic workout. Get rid of that. I've got a timer for us for later. There's a push-up hold that I'm suggesting 30 seconds. We're all just gonna test ourselves today. All right, I'm gonna set the timer for 30 seconds and we'll just see how far we go, okay? So again, for the new guys, this isn't an exercise and getting it all done perfectly right off the bat. Every day we come at different levels, at different energy levels, different moods, and you just work to your personal 100% of that day, all right? So I've chosen a couple weight sets that I think that I'm going to be able to handle for this workout. If you don't have a wide variety of weights, don't sweat it. Just go through the motions. You know, start really thinking about the safety and the how you feel through the movements, and just make it a point to go and find more weights. All right. Eventually, you will use a whole set, and probably we'll be doing this for a while, so it'll be a really good investment. Warmed up, everyone should come to the workout warmed up, okay? For a chest day, I would probably get in and do just some warm-up push-ups, and then kind of see how everything's feeling there. Maybe a few stretches, mobility-wise. All right, and really any way that you will, a little ritual that you come up with so that your mind gets centered into the workout. Okay, so lying glute bridge. Fly first. Oh, that's unusual. I never do the fly first, but that's good. All right, so our fly is open, close here, and then a press is a basic press. So let me put this over there. We won't need it for right now. Yeah, the glute bridge provides the decline position to hit your chest at just a slightly different angle. Later on in the workout, we're going to come to a flat position. All right? So, weights centered on your knees. Rock and roll it up. Now let's get our glutes hoisted in the air and start with that fly. And 10, you can hold it here and go right into your presses, or you could take it down for a little rest and then come back up and then move into dumbbell bench press, dumbbell chest press. Bum down, weights together and then lower safely, rock and roll it up if you're coming up, okay? So we're gonna keep moving through this superset. Superset means 2 exercises back to back. It could be for the same muscle group, which we're doing, which adds an added punch to the workout, or it could be an upper body, lower body. On a different day, we might do legs and chest. That's also a superset. You rest in between supersets. All right, let's go ahead for our second set of flies and presses. I was just wanting to remind you not to grip too tightly. That tension will travel somewhere and present in another part of your body, and you'll have no idea, you know, what's going on. So start there. Start with that hand grip, holding safely, but not overly tense, okay? Glute bridge and fly. And 10, if you need to take that rest, you take it. Or you continue with the presses. Together safely, down safely, rock and roll it up safely. Got it? Okay, another point for our new guys and a reminder for the old guys, not old, just been here a while. Our training is isolated. So today it's an isolated work totally focused on the chest. We really hammer the chest, and then it effectively rests until our next Monday workout. Although we use those muscles in other workouts, not as the prime mover. So you're gonna find that this might be challenging for a little while until everything comes into place, all right? So just settle, relax, chill, and allow the process to unfold, okay? I've got you covered. I know what we're doing here. I just don't want you to go overboard in the first few weeks and feel such muscle soreness that you can't come back. That's the biggest no-no, right? I want you to come back. Fly press, let's go. Glute, engage, oops, here we go for a fly. And then into your flies. Presses, I'm sorry. Together, into the center of gravity for safety and back up. We're on our 4th set. You might still be using this superset as a warm-up set. All right, lots of the participants will use our first section as a targeted, specific warm-up for the chest, and then going on to the next exercises. You feel pretty confident about how your shoulders are working, how your core is engaged, how your legs are feeling, okay? We're moving on to that deficit push-up next, so The jury's out on that one. We'll talk about it in a sec. Let's go for fly, 10, press 10. Got it? Ten and 10. Safely, especially at this end, the last one. You're really getting fatigued now. 4 sets for those 2 movements, totally challenging. Moving on to the deficit push-up. I'm going to show you right from the most difficult. Deficit means we're going to go below parallel. So a push-up would be parallel, all right? So this, there. So with a deficit, you would raise yourself up slightly, and depending on your shoulders, there's a lot of pressure, a lot of tension on your shoulders in a deficit push-up. So here is your deficit. I'm going beyond that parallel. Now, if you had yoga blocks, you could use those. I have seen deficits done. I would never do them with hex, but there are other dumbbells that are totally a lot more stable than these. You could do it that way. Please be careful. It's not necessary, the height. You know, just getting a little bit below parallel is awesome. So now for beginners, you are really, honestly, are just getting familiar with the modifications for a regular push-up, okay? That's all you need to do today until you get stronger, all right? Until you know your own body. And then that push-up hold, in whatever modification you've chosen, we're just going to take it down to a place where everything's engaged, and we're going to try to hold it for the 30 seconds. I'm going to put the timer on, and we're just going to see. I have no clue how far I can go on it, so every day, like I said, is a new day. So we've got 10 deficit push-ups. I'm going to give it a go with full ones until I know I can't do anymore, and then I'm dropping back to modified ones. That's the way it goes, okay? That's the progression. So let's all get a go here. 10 push-ups, 1 push-up hold. Five. 10, and let's go for the push-up hold. Are you ready? Here comes our timer. 30 seconds. I'm going to turn it this way so you can see. Hang on one sec. I think I can make this bigger. Full screen. There we go. We'll see. And it's a go. Push up, hold. $15 seconds. I'm bringing it back down to my knees. Modified. 6 seconds. I think I can do this. I don't know about the next time around. I'm starting to lower down a little bit. Whoa. And that's it. So you'll see what that feels like. A little rest, you guys, when we go back to our deficits. You're pretty fatigued. And I want you to know that push-ups, all of our chest work, the amount of weight and the amount of reps you can do is going to have a lot to do with how much your shoulders can handle. If you have pre-existing conditions or pain, you have to modify. You have to do a tour. Consistently do a tour while you're going through every rep, okay? All right, so this is the game where we see, I did 5 full ones last time. Can I get 5 full ones out this time? All right. When you're ready, you take as much rest as you need. You want to come back to your next set fresh enough to complete the reps, okay? Five. Sometimes you get it in your head and then your body stops at that number, so it's kind of like a premonition because you've told it that already. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ready for a push-up hold. I'm just going to get that timer out front so I can give you a call on it. 30 seconds is a lot of time. I'm thinking between 15 and 20 is fair enough. But let's play the game. It's Monday. What else is there to do? Ready? There it is. And go. Push up, hold. Core tight. Abs strong. 17 seconds rest on my knees. 10 seconds to go. Oh, watch yourself sink. That's a good sign you're done in. You got 5 seconds. If you're still going, you're 5 seconds, 2 seconds, and 1. Cut. Nice. All right. Nothing serious going on around here, you guys. Seriously, do what you can and just watch as you get stronger over the weeks. Okay? I am taking a break because we've got one more set of push-ups, and then we're going on to that hex press. Some might call it, I forget other names for it, but hex press means I'm pressing those 2 weights together and bringing it up and down. So I'll show you that in a sec. And we're going back to the fly. It's a 10 rep set again, but because you're tired from the work we've done before, and we're going to be on a flat surface this time, it might be a little different. Ready for your push-ups? Anytime. Five, barely, 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 barely. It's not foolish to think that this position, even closer, is not beneficial. Wherever you are in your modification, your brain is getting the message. All right, so it's all good. And here comes our push-up hold. We're gonna do that here. Okay. 20 seconds to go. Woo! 12 seconds to go. Gotta rest, rest. 7 seconds to go. Push that floor away. Push that floor away. Good job. All right. I'm glad that's over. I thought yesterday it sounded like it would be fun. Today it was kind of like, I can't wait for this to be over. Hex press. So now we're on a flat, right? Where our first superset, we did a decline. All right? So flat, hex press, meaning you're going to press those 2 weights together, creating a contraction on this muscle group as you lift, press, and lower. All right? The other thing that changes with that is your arm position, okay? So you're coming in a little closer, a little more triceps are going to work too. So just play around with that, see how it feels, and then we're going right into the fly again. On the floor, new position, it'll hit the muscle in a different way. Alrighty. 10. Let's go for those flies. My weights are challenging for you this morning. Take your time, okay? If you need to go down to 10, 8 reps, 6 reps, or lower your weight, all right? You can get a lighter weight and hit the 10 reps out of each one of those. Good. Yeah, again, for you guys that are on your benches, you're on a flat surface now. You can also have a coffee table or some sturdy surface. If you had a Reebok step, I've seen all kinds of equipment from around the house, just household items being used for. But the floor is perfect. The floor is perfect. Here we go for our hex press. 10 reps. And right into your fly. Good job. You know, it's completely possible that you would change from your heavier weights to a lighter set, from your press to your fly. Fly, in general, can't take as much weight as a press because the movement is a little more precarious for your shoulder joint. All right, I don't think there's so much of a big chest muscle involved in this one. It's a shaper exercise. This is the one that gives you that nice little shape right through here and through here. It's a keeper. All right, here we go for our last set of hex and flies. If you need to make that change in between, you go ahead. Lots of time. And 10, good. And then your flies. Oh my goodness, yeah. Totally burned out. Going for the flat bench press once again for a regular press like we did at the very beginning, but this is an 8 rep set, meaning you could use heavier weights. Now, temper that decision with the fact that we've gone through a lot for the chest and it's fatigue. So I brought out heavier weights to do this section, but I'm thinking now, like, hey, I'm tired. Maybe I just stick with my 20s. Forgot to say that we need a little bit lighter weights for those underhand flies. So once again, make a decision. See, you know, imagine what you can do. You can always change the weight, all right? The key, that's the key. Making these decisions on the fly, not saying, oh, the board says I gotta do that, so I gotta do that, right? There's a guideline, I'm a guideline, and you're working up your own pace and making your own decisions. It takes a little while, but you'll get it. I'm still trying to figure out this whole bench press thing. You know what I'm going for? I'm gonna go for a little bit heavier. It's 8 reps, so that means, you know, it's not gonna be so challenging that way. The challenge when you're on the floor is getting it up. When you're on a bench, you have the momentum, you have the room to rock and roll it up and down. With heavier weight on the floor, I have less ability to swing those weights up safely and get them in position. So you have to learn how to do that too. There's a lot to learn. I know, let's go. Together, right? And if you think you can't finish the 8 reps, you stop while you still have the energy and the control to take it down safely, all right? Only in an emergency situation or when you're the big guys in the big gyms, you throw weights. You don't throw weights. You look ahead and say, I can only get one more out as well as land my weight safely. So I might have overthought these ones. 8 reps for, I call it a scoop. I don't know why. It's an underhand fly. You could be seated, you could be standing, you could be kneeling. And 8. Nice. That's good. I can handle that. I thought it was going to be too much. All right, so we're back to the bench press. Yeah, that's all I have to say, I think. Whew. Almost done. Look at those pullovers. Pullovers are wonderful. Such a nice stretch. A little bit of abs, and then it's breakfast. Safe, safe. I guess what I wanted to say is, I've said it a lot to the gang, but the new people, chest work. You're very strong. You can handle a lot of weight once your brain gets connected and you start learning, right? The central nervous system can send messages efficiently. The problem is getting this weight. I can't lift it with my shoulder or my biceps. I can't lift it that way. But when I get down into this position, I'm very strong. So that's what I want you to be aware of is don't look at your weights and say, I can't lift that. Usually you can't lift it from floor to the position you need to be in, the strong position. So that's why we learn to get in and out of these movements and use a little momentum to get in that power position and then push the weight. Unless you have a spotter, which is great. If you have a training partner that can help you get up heavier weights, but it's not necessary. For us, in general fitness and getting lean, we just need to lift reasonably. I don't think I was doing it too much, but I need you to avoid, doing a lot of this body movement and throwing. This movement is very isolated as well. So if you see your body swinging and helping, lower the weight, okay? Here we go, last set, bench press on a flat, 8 rep set, heavier. You're already fatigued from previous exercises, so pay attention, you're getting real tired now. And if you're done, you're done. Hit the showers, okay? Stretch it out and go. Pow! And 8. Alrighty, beautiful. Okay, so we're coming up onto splitting up our routine a little bit more, and like the board suggested, I made mention of in my post yesterday, is that we're going to be doing extra bicep and tricep tomorrow, and then shoulders on Thursday. Now for you, I'm saying beginners, but I'm saying there's a lot of us. We are getting quite a bit of work for triceps, biceps, and shoulders, doing the presses, doing the push-ups, doing these flies. So that's why I'm saying tomorrow, when we go specifically for biceps and triceps, and we isolate that, just be aware that it might not be necessary for you at this time because we've got enough auxiliary muscles being worked in our main workouts, okay? So for beginners, don't try and get too specific too fast, all right? Just do the main bulk of the work, see how you respond. You can add in more exercise next week if you're feeling good. You can step back if you're not feeling so good. And that goes for all of us. I mean, I truly decide each day, what am I capable of today safely? For my joints, for my mood, for my overall energy levels, all right? No, it took enough rest there that these are going to be nice. And 8. Gorgeous. Beautiful. So, pullovers. I'm going to just show you with this. Generally, our pullovers are done with our weight dangling and our hands clasping this way. When you're on the floor, you might choose to hold your weight this way. I don't find that this is as safe, especially if you're getting up in weight. So if I'm using heavier weight on the floor, I sacrifice range of motion before I do a safe grip. And you'll see what I mean, okay? So 12 reps, so let's get a move on and then right into an ab roll up, whether that be just a crunch or a roll all the way up, you decide. Let's go. We only have to do twice, 2 of these. So there's my hand clasping my weight and I'm going over my head, but it's going to stop right there. So I'm losing out on a bit of range of motion, but because this is a chest day, I want to focus on the chest anyway. So this limited range of motion is fine. and 12. If you're going to use the same weight, grip it safely and rock and roll it up. 1, 2, 3. This is actually giving me a counterbalance to make the movement easier, to believe it or not. You might simply be right here, just lifting and lowering to the ceiling, okay? Or you might choose any abdominal movement that suits you at this point. I'm working for variety now, okay? We got one more set and then we're out of here. Hitting the showers, gang. Let's do this. Nice. All right. Oh, rock and roll. There we go. So, some sort of an abdominal exercise. Oh, this is heavy now. I think my brain knows that we're leaving. It's like, I'm checking out now. 1, 2, 3. 8. Alrighty. And there we go. There's your first workout, some of you guys. Check, see how you feel. Tomorrow morning, tonight, soreness might start. You start eating really nutritious meals. It helps with recovery, you know, and it also helps build muscle, and we want to build muscle. We want to get stronger so that we can do more. So that's my spiel. The other part of my spiel is, if you do have injuries, chronic conditions, now is the time to go through your physiotherapy homework, all right? You're here. Make the time for it. If you don't have time now, come a little bit earlier and do it, okay? And that's all the preaching I have for you today, except to enjoy the day. And yeah, our first little bit of snow, it's pretty. You gotta admit that. Alrighty. Thanks, you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow for our cardio.